Hello Mouses, it's going to be a very quick episode today because I'm right in the middle of watching, literally in the middle, I'm up to about episode 7 now of the new series of House of Cards. If you haven't seen it, it's very good, go and see it. Netflix has a 30-day trial, so you can probably get through both the first and second series before that trial actually finished, so go for it, you've got nothing to lose, it's very good. And since it's Valentine's Day, I thought we'd share this wonderful, heartwarming story about a man from Florida who married a corpse. Now, all we know is that the guy is called Bradley, and this was done in 1881, so we're right up to date with the news. Very topical show we've got here. And he fell in love with a woman who was dying of consumption. She accepted his proposal, they decided to get married. She died before they could get to the altar, so they had a combined wedding and funeral because he'd proposed and he'd promised her that she wouldn't go to the grave unmarried. So they had the ceremony, and then the guy who declared the man wife, despite the fact that one of the people was dead and therefore couldn't actually give consent, so I'm not sure the marriage was actually legitimate, you know? Can he need consent? Otherwise, why would you say I do? Anyway, he declared the man and wife and then they buried her. So it's just like that. My goodness. True love. It's an interesting and lovely story. He fulfilled his promise to not let her go to the grave unmarried. That's very nice of him, but I do wonder about the consent issue. You've got to be able to give consent, which is why children can't marry and things like that, and why you've got to get permission in prison to get married and things like that. But it's not really till death do us part, is it? It's more till death do us start and then never actually get going. Maybe that's a bad joke. Perhaps it's in poor taste. I will say sorry if it is, but anyway, I'm really rambling now and I'm just sort of drawing this out. I'm going back to watch the end of House of Cards, and I have to say, it's a very good series. It's very intense. It's got no filler so far, the way that the first series had a bit of filler, especially that episode where Underwood goes back to his army base at the Sentinel and says, why is this here? This is an entire episode that does nothing to advance the plot. We don't have that so far. I mean, I've got a few more episodes to go yet before the end, but we've got none of that so far. However, I am quite angry with it for one main reason. The women characters have taken a very big backseat. I mean, there was a woman driving character in the first series, and in this one, it's a sausage fest. I really don't see why they've done this. It doesn't seem like a very good decision to say half of the people that are watching, possibly half, possibly more than half, I don't know, they're not really relevant to this plot. We're all going to have men going after men and men going after men, and it's all just a man-on-man fest, which is nice if you like looking at men, but I feel like we're underrepresented, so I'm a bit annoyed with that. Okay, now I'm having to say this without giving any spoilers. It's very difficult to actually explain what I'm talking about, so go and watch it and you'll see what I mean. The only other thing I want to talk about today is I'm in pink news again, and it's not because I've done anything wrong, so don't worry about that. It's a comment piece about the use of labels in trans circles and how it reflects on the media's portrayal of us. I think it's worth a read. Of course I do, I've written it. I would think that. And I also think that the opinions I've put forward, it's not necessarily something that we want to hear, but it's definitely something that we have to hear. So I'll put a link to that in the description bar below. But anyway, that really is all I've got for today. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you did like this, and if you did, remember to click a like button, share it with your friends so that they can see what's been going on with men marrying corpses as well. And do subscribe for future videos because there will be more in the future. But until next time, I've been Kirk-Robinson. You've been watching The Knob Mouse Show, and I'll see you on Monday.